Okay, so let's begin, shall we? Here's your box. Again, not much face in there. What are you going to do? Can't get rid of the gut. What am I going to do? I use a dull razor knife. This thing, I haven't changed this thing in probably about 2 years because I don't want to score the wire. People may do it differently, but I will score on the top, score on the bottom, and I kind of snap it a little bit, and it just pulls right off. Same thing with the other one. On top and run parallel right on the bottom of it, and boom, it comes right off. Let me get you a little closer there. Okay, there you go. How's that? See how nice I am? Oh, I think so. Well, sometimes. I don't know. Pull the paper off. So we got our grounds. Let's start with our grounds. Let's move the other wires aside. What I do, first of all, because we got a metal box, I'm just saying this is just me or whatever, because I'm using these boxes just to show you. I'm going to turn it into 20 amp circuit later on. But you always got to ground that ground screw. So I run a ground screw in there, got to be a green screw. Boom, the box is grounded. But I've got my other ground wire. So I take with my finger, I fold it in half. If you can see that, oh, dead battery, hang on. There we go. I fold it in half, bring the other wire up next to it. If you can see that, again, a little closer. Okay. I've got it parallel with it, clip it off, and I just tie these two together like so. Of course, it doesn't go as smooth as when I do it every other freaking time. Twist the wires together so we know that connection's good. Clip that off. Take my wire nut. Whoopsie. And we've got our ground for our plug. Okay, now, here's the ways you wire your plug, okay? First one you do, you stab it. I mean, we wrap the ground, always ground the plugs. Wrap the ground, flip it off, and we're good, okay? Yeah, the ground's on there. Now, you can stab it in the back of the outlet, like so. Take your outlet, and right in the back there, you see little holes? The smaller, this is vulgar, but when I was taught, they said, no, for guys, they said the little hole makes you hotter. So you always know that that's the hot side. Never mind, he didn't tell us anything about the gold screws as opposed to the silver. Whatever, that's the hot side. So you got those little holes, I don't know if you can see them. That screws in that side, okay? And that one pushes in there. And that's fine. We've got 4 wires here, so it'll be going in this plug and then out of this plug and then feeding all the other ones. That's a series circuit. Now we're going to touch on that too. Now, the other way you can wire this is you take your wires, about an inch, stick it in the little hole in there, put a little loop on it. You got your little loop, and it's a neutral. Run our silver wires, and then you just put them right on the terminals. Screw it in, simple as that. Same thing with the black one on the other side. If you so choose, about an inch out, like so. You have that little hook, make it go the direction that the screw is going to tighten in. If not, when you tighten it down, it'll spit that wire back out of there. And when you push it in the box, the wires, you'll push it and it'll pop right out. So that's why I'm not real big, to be honest with you, on wrapping around the terminals, because that happens. It just does. Now, that's series. That is hooking up all these wires through the plug. So if my power's right here, it went into the plug, okay? And the other one went out, and it's feeding all the other plugs down the line. Okay, you just seen two ways to wire a plug. Neither one's wrong. But the way that it's being wired, we're running it through the plug, so the plug is in essence a big wire nut. So that's called wiring it in series. So we put the wires in the plug, we put them over around the terminal screws, or we plug them into the back. Easy stuff, right? But that's still in series. And then I'll show you on the blackboard why maybe you want to do it or maybe you don't. Now let me show you what parallel will do for you. Okay, here we go for parallel wiring. Parallel is you splice everything in the box together, all right? Here's my neutrals. Take them out, strip them out about 1 inch. Now with the plug, it's irrelevant how you wire the plug, because now the plug is not our wire nut. Our wire nut is our wire nut. All three of these, we strip them out about 1 inch. You can see that. We'll put all three together. We got our in, out, and then to our device. And then we simply twist these ones together. Wire nut, okay. Let's do that because we did it with the grounds. Why don't we do it with the hots and the neutrals? Okay, cut them all off even. 1, 2, 3, and again, wire nut them, or tie them all together. These are your best friends right here. Little slippery little deals right there. You kind of run them over nice and just to get them turned, and then you grip it. Then you turn it. Because all the wires, because now they're not going to come loose. We're not worried about any connections. Always twist them together. Don't just stick the wire nuts or the wires in the wire nut. People do that shit. That's a hack job. So now what do we have? We have an in, we have an out, and it's paralleled, and it goes from here to the next one to the next one, but we only have one set of wires to each one of the plugs. The plug isn't feeding all the other wires. The wire is. And I'll show you right now at the blackboard why that's important, and you could use it as a preference. But still, you could push the wires in the back, or you could tie them around the terminals. That's up to you, because now we're doing the plugs in parallel. So it may seem kind of redundant, but there's a method to the madness. All right, let's go check it out. All right, so with that said, let me magically whisk you away to the blackboard. Oh, it's like magic. It's magically whisked through the air. There's parts of me just, yeah, it was great. It's something. You should have seen it. Luckily I rode with my pants on. Not that anybody be thrilled. Just, anyways. Okay. To the drawing board. Series and parallel. Series, we're talking about jumping from one plug from the panel, one plug to the next plug, to the next plug, to the next plug. You put 10 of them on there. So what? Each plug does have a value of certain amperage. So I believe it's 1.8 amps per plug. Something. I'd have to check on that. I don't know. You just don't put 100 of them on a circuit just because there's nothing on it. There's a value to it. I'll get to that with when I do wire fill and stuff like that. How many wires you can put in a box. So anyways, so your series circuit. You got a 100 amp panel. Let's say you just took this and went down 100 feet, 200 feet. You have the chance of a voltage drop. Like, let's just imagine this like a sprinkler system. I started a sprinkler company because it was a lot like electrical. I understood it that way. I read a book and started a sprinkler company. If these were sprinkler heads, spraying out water everywhere, you got a 3/4 inch line to each one of these heads. This one would be blasting, right? Little less, little less, little less, little less, little less, and this one would just be pissing it out. Like a voltage drop. Same thing. That's the downfall with series in your house or what have you. You're running all your load is going to be running through each one of these plugs. At the end of here, if you got 14 amps on here, you got 14 amps going through all these other plugs. Each one of these plugs now has a load on it. So, is it going to catch on fire or something like that? No. It weakens it. So, by having it in series, let's just say this plug goes out. That plug gets bumped and goes out. Well, from your panel, you're going to have 2 plugs on, and then you're going to half my house is out. No, not half your house is out, because you run it in series. That plug is, in essence, like a wire nut. Puts that wire together and continues on. That's what sucks about wiring the plugs, which is everything in series, because everything else down the line is off. So what do? You take out all these plugs and test until you find this one. Okay, this is the bad one. You just never know where you're at. Now, with parallel, it's the same thing like a sprinkler system. Now I have a trunk line going down here, 3/4 inch trunk line. So all the capacity is in my trunk line, and so this water gets as evenly distributed as this water. This is where it all comes from. In essence, I'm not saying that this is 60 pounds and that would be 60 pounds, because you still have shit over here. It is what it is. This is your bigger line. Just try to follow me on this one. And here are your plugs. You tap off of it in parallel. Plug, like this, off of the trunk line in parallel. This plug goes out, doesn't matter. That's the only plug that's out. It just, everything else will be on. So wiring stuff in parallel is so much better. Inspectors love it. You'll love it. Troubleshooting stuff like that, and it's just more secure. It's a better way to do it. It takes a lot longer. But you're looking for quality, you're looking for quantity. I mean, it's up to you. Neither one's wrong, so it's up to you. So I hope this explains it to you. Now, stay tuned again. I talked about